welcome back to my Hytale game. So I wasn't able to play for the last times because I got really sick to the point where I was like not able to eat any food. So I wasn't able to play that much games, but I did manage to play a little bit of this, and I was just slowly chipping away at like terraforming and stuff. And I moved my base. I moved it to spawn, and I did a bunch of stuff here. It's around about. Yeah, it's like right by spawn. That way, if my bed gets blocked by another thing for any reason, like it did back here, you know, I'm spawning right by my base anyway. I also did quite a bit of stuff. I kidnapped a bunch of animals and started putting them in fences. I'm still very much playing this game like I would Minecraft because I don't know, that's kind of just my default, and it's a bit strange. Like for instance, I put the animals in fences and they keep escaping. So I guess fences aren't like in Minecraft where they just save. They keep the animals safe, and even with these double high ones, they also. I just put them back in while I was doing this intro, and another one's already left. I don't know how you're meant to like keep animals in pens and stuff in this game yet. Maybe I'll just wait to see if someone figures it out, because it doesn't make sense to me. They just keep escaping. But I stole this chicken coop from somewhere. Because I'm not able to make one just yet. And every so often you can interact with it and get eggs. I don't have any eggs. But yeah, I was like, I also made this base. It's a little bit too big, I must say. And I also did a little bit of tunneling down here to get into like a mine. This was mainly just to get a bunch of stone so that I could make the floor. And then on this side here, I'm making a little farming area. I made a little like water feature. Sadly, there's no infinite water sources in this game like Minecraft, so placing down water and stuff is a bit of a pain. So, you know, it's not exactly smooth, but the idea is like to make it look like the water's coming from a spring, and then it flows down here and then backs up and makes like a little like kind of stepwell type pond, and then keeps going down here until it goes into this lake. And that was also mainly to test if placing crops on soil next to water kept them irrigated, but it doesn't. You have to keep watering them with watering cans, but as long as there's one water source block nearby to use with the water source, you can keep watering it. So having some kind of water feature like this decorative is still helpful, because I can just quickly go over and refill my watering can by it. I also did a little bit of cooking. I've made some cheese and some bread. And I've done a bunch of mining and gotten some better gear, but it's mostly just been like simple stuff. I haven't done any new exploring without recording it. I was just collecting I was moving some of my stuff into here, getting like the workbenches moved over, putting some stuff in like various storages, and sort of getting like a farm set up, because that's kind of like my go-to comfort thing when I play any game kind of like this, is to do the farming and the cooking stuff. So I've just got this stuff. This base is a little bit big, and I've even got a roof for it. I want to make multiple stories. The idea is I want to kind of make this place like almost like a wooden keep, or one of those like Norse like kind of feasting houses type places with like a big long tables with a bunch of food on them at some point. It's also because like the way it's gonna work is for the longest time whenever I played games like Minecraft, I would basically just anytime there was an update, I would just make a new world and just play, and then get bored and then make a new world. And like it was only within the last like 2 years or so that I've been having like my own world where I just keep going back to it and developing it. So the idea is that like every time there's like a big Hytale update and I come back and I want to play this game again, I want to basically keep playing it on the same run. So I'm essentially trying to future-proof here. Like I don't know how many workbenches I'm going to need. I'm eventually going to probably put all the workbenches in the middle and then the storage around it. That way you can just make anything and you've got all the nearby storage needed. I'm also most likely going to play this game with friends, in which case maybe I'll record some of that later to throw onto this series. Maybe just like clips and stuff. In which case this run could be the save that we use for co-op, in which case this can be like a home base where I can make a bunch of partition walls and everyone can have like their own room. Maybe I kind of like the idea of making this place like a house where there's a big like grand hall area with a bunch of trophies and monuments and stuff. Maybe like if you kill a certain monster you get a cool head, or like maybe if you maybe you get different armors and you can put them on armor stands and stuff. I just want to have like a cool like showy offy room, and then a bunch of rooms on the sides where there's like a kitchen and like a bunch of bedrooms and like a barracks and stuff like that. And then as it goes up it looks more and more fancy. And then like on here I want to have a bunch of like farmland and stuff, and maybe some small buildings where I have like a blacksmith and whatever. And then around the outside I want to have eventually like a big kind of like either spiky wooden wall or like a big like stone wall, and then make it kind of look like a little kind of castle, kind of small medieval kingdom, I guess. At least that's the plan if I'm playing this like a ton. So that's what I've been doing. I was too sick to kind of really do anything. I didn't want to progress, but I still wanted to play the game, so I just got a lot of this stuff done so that the boring stuff of me hitting dirt for, well, the amount of time it took to terraform and like get this big part of the house done, I think I watched like 7 episodes of Stranger Things. Like I was using this time just to do the monotonous like collecting resources and building stuff, while in the background I was just going through my backlog of like movies and TV shows. So today I also found out you can press like this button and do like a ooh hello, it's me. Today I'm gonna have kind of a simple challenge. I don't know how long this episode's going to be. It's probably going to be one of the short ones, just because I wanted to recap you on what has happened in this base. But I want to try exploring this place over here, the Forgotten Temple Gateway. I went over there briefly, just to kind of check it out. I actually found that there was an entrance where you could go into that I missed the first time. Saw there was a guy there and he kicked my ass. So now I've got like armor, I've got food, I made cheese and bread, which heals a lot more. I also found out you can like power attack and have like movement and stuff. Like there's some like kind of schmovement to this game. Like if you power attack and you jump, you can get some dash. And like that's really cool. Like it might be the osmosis of playing video games with Raymus, Jet Sword Radio guy for a while, but like the schmovement stuff is like embedded into my brain now, and now I think I can take on the guy, or you know, die several times trying. But hey, that's the challenge for this episode. We're gonna go to the Forgotten Temple Gateway and check it out, I guess. Also, while I'm on my way there, I can just have a little rant, I guess. So it said that cooking and gardening is like my focal point. That's why I'm probably going to be developing the base, so it's kind of like a farm or even like a little town and stuff. There's a little thing about the game that I'm not too fond of that I hope gets changed, which is how you cook some things. Like for instance, like if you want to make bread, you need to get a bucket, collect a source block of water, which there is no infinite water sources, use that to make dough, and then you cook the dough to make bread, and then you get the, you know, the water bucket back. Oh, it's a bear. Which is fine, but since water isn't renewable in this game at the moment, at least not that I'm aware of, like I could theoretically just dry up the whole ocean, like Badlands chugs the ocean making bread, which I think is kind of strange of a choice. So I guess like my suggestion, me throwing my hat in the ring would be like, what if there was like a upgrade to the like chef's workbench? Maybe this is already a thing and I'm just like saying something that I just haven't witnessed yet, but like an upgrade to the chef's workbench, which is essentially like a sink or something like that, where you can just interact with a water bucket on that sink and it would just give you a water source that you can then use for cooking purposes, that's also just right there, instead of having to run outside and then go to the river and then slowly deplete the water, the tidal level of the amount of water over time. Just have some kind of workbench or furniture piece that you can like interact with to collect water. So we are at the front of this temple. This looks really cool. So this actually has like a statue of like someone who looks like us, and like I don't think in the level we've actually encountered anyone that looks like us. We've always encountered like monsters. There was actually like a village I could show off later that had like some friendly like fey spirits, and that's where I stole the chicken coop from, but don't tell them about that. And they have like some trades that I can like go and get like cooking recipes and stuff from. So that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to move to spawn, because there's like people I can talk to and stuff. So let's check down here. Let's also update our buff. And there's a portal and a large lad. I think we can take him. Gonna fight, right? Yeah. Oh, he's got a big range. He's got a big threat range. Can't even see a health bar, which would be nice to have, but obviously it's not. Oh, gee. Oh, no. Oh. He's got like a spin move. Let me eat some cheese, Gromit. A spin move, I need to either get out of the way or block, but that's probably gonna... Oh, I got him! Let's go! Oh, that was easier than I thought. I got an emerald and green crystal shards. Hell yes. Damn, I thought this was gonna be like super scary, but I guess getting all the gear and getting the cheese was the exact motivation I needed. Alright, quickly before I go into this portal, I just want to light this place up, just so that you guys can kind of see what's happening. Ooh, a bucket. I will take that. A chest! A mushroom skewer, a health potion. You can make those? Hell yes. Restores 15% health instantly and another 30% over 5 seconds. Effective remove when taking damage. Oh, so it's like a salve from Dota where you take this and you don't do it like actively in the combat. That's cool. What's this? Oh, leather. Just looting this place. Another healing potion. I guess we'll put those healing potions on our hotbar. I wonder if this guy respawns or if I can just like incorporate this place into my base at some point. Because that would be cool. Set up a little minecart rail to it. Anyway, let's venture forth into this portal. Whee! Yippee! The Forgotten Temple. Age of Echo. This place is really cool. The little sparkles, it's like fireflies. You would not believe your eyes. Steals a daisy. 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 Steals the daisy. I guess it's spawn chunks. Maybe I'm in adventure, but oh my god. Damn. The rent must be really high here. What the fuck, dude? I'm gonna put on my shield because I know this place looks really friendly and cool, but yeah, I don't trust that. Something's gonna ambush me, especially since I just fought my way in here. Oh wait, no, these are the guys in the village, I think. Hello. They wave. I cannot talk though. Hello. I guess I'm friend because I look like the statue. Maybe the statue is me. I'm the chosen one. Oh wow. Yeah, I can't actually take anything from here. This might be like essentially a cutscene. Like, hey, don't break the furniture. This is not your place. This is God's place or something like that. And there's just deer that aren't like afraid of us, so they're just chilling. All right, I'm gonna have to come back here. Mr. Eyeball. This is a work in progress. You under construction sign. Yeah. Klopp's merchant. Oh, he's selling the good shit. Hello. Oh, Rootling merchant. Yeah, they sell food. This is like the little village. Caesar salad recipe, apple pie recipe. Made out of greater essence of... I can get a bunch of that if I just do a bunch of like gardening and collect that up. I can come back here and trade. Hell yes. Oh. Sorry to... It It always feels a little bit weird in like RPGs and stuff where it's like, yeah, I've gotten to the new town, time to break and enter in everyone's homes. Like I'm always a little bit like, should I? I shouldn't, but the game kind of wants me to. Nah, like, I feel like I need to be invited in. Handshaking emoji, people of autism and vampires. Alright, what is the... This kind of looks... It looks a mixture of like the peacock's feathers, but also like Chen's hat. I have to say, as a Chen addict from Dota, like, I wonder what this... It could be like a sunrise. Alright, let's interact with it. Let's interact with it. Let's interact with it. I'm pressing the interact key. Maybe empty hand? Am I lagging out? Oh well. I guess we'll wait a second. You ever get the feeling of deja vu? Oh, new memory collected, new memory collected. I wonder what that means. Let me move my physical form out of the way so you can see that. I'm facing the wall now because I'm in timeout. New memory collected, new memory collected, new memory collected. Thingy discovered. Anyway, back to where I am. Oh god, now the continuity is going to be weird the whole time. I think I was here. It's close enough. So another small criticism about this game is that it's always online DRM, which means if the game or the server or yourself have internet problems at any given time, you just can't play the game. Which isn't ideal, and maybe they're going to add an offline thing at some point. I really hope so. I'm playing a single player game and I have to be connected to a server. But now hopefully this button works when I click it. Alright, what is this? Memories. Abyssal. Avian. This looks a lot like some kind of atlas or dictionary or loading. Yeah, like I have to collect a bunch of things, like it's Monster Hunter. Record 6 memories. The power of magic. Alright, I wonder what changed. The org. Okay. So after I get a certain amount of progress, I get treasure. Restore 10 memories to unlock. Can craft the following 3 decorative chests and 2 eternal seeds. I think eternal seeds are basically once you've planted them, instead of breaking the plant to like harvest them, you can just interact with it and the plant stays there. Which isn't intuitive, and I had to look it up because the game didn't really tell me that, but hopefully this game will actually have a tutorial at some point. Still in alpha. More decorative stuff, more eternal seeds. Okay, so this is stuff that I should definitely get to work in between sessions and stuff, because like I want to keep it being like very challenge focused, you know, like this session I'm gonna go to this place, this session I'm gonna go kill this guy, this session whatever, and then all the space in between I can be like collecting materials and improving the base and doing all the decorative stuff and slowly building up the progress for this. Alright, so this looks like... Oh, there's a question mark as well. Loading. Is it going to give me a guide? Some lore? You have unlocked the memories feature. Void's curse keeps Orbis locked away, but there may yet be a way to break it. So that's some lore. Orbius. The deity rests within the heart of Orbis. Seek out memories of Orbis' myriad creatures and record them here to restore her will. So I guess she's like the deity of life that has created everything. And in each of them is a fragment of themselves. Alright, so what's the Void Curse? Your inventory can now store a limited number of memories under a special section. Return them to the heart of Orbis to unlock a variety of rewards. Okay. So this is the, like, part of the game now where this is the part that rewards you for going out and exploring and doing a bunch of different stuff. Alright, is that this? Collected memories. Nice. Okay, cool. And is there anything else in here? I guess we'll check out the different roads. Work in progress. Work in progress. Work in progress. Alright, I'm gonna assume that most of this is work in progress, otherwise there would be a sign being like, hey, come over here specifically. So I'm just gonna, I guess I'll just leave. Wahoo! Alright, we are back in the material plane, yippee! And now I will head back to base and drop off all this equipment. Oh, and now as we're running across, we're like discovering stuff by just being in proximity. And do the berries? Nah, looks like it's just animals. There's an icon above their head. Do I get anything more by killing you? Is the question. No, it looks like I just get it from discovering the creature. So if I'm just scouting around, then I should be fine. Where am I going? This way. I wonder, do I get it also from chopping down certain types of trees? Or is it just like aminals? I saw in the like farmer's bench you can make different types of saplings, but you can only make like one at the moment. I don't know if that's like tier based or if it's like a memory thing. Yeah, I guess it's good we set up our base near this place if we're gonna constantly go back and forth. I think I'll collect up a bunch of memories as I progress, and then oh, it fell down there. And then the next time I come back to this place to more places to fall down. Yeesh. I remember these holes. And the next time I go to like drop off, I'll make sure I record that. Oh yeah, I should probably also at some point get rid of my sleeping bag at my old base, because a couple times already I've like I've been using the compass at the top to know where I'm going, and I end up going towards the wrong base. There's also something I want to try out at some point, which is like, I've noticed there's like a troll camp somewhere around here. I think it's there. And they always tend to spawn at the same places, so it makes me want to try doing the tinkering stuff where I'm gonna find where they exactly spawn and then dig a hole and then put a spike trap there and see if I can use that to like farm materials. Alright, nice. So we showed off the cool base, we went over, we defeated the boss, and we found out the Forgotten Temple, where now we're discovering all kinds of memories from all these animals that we're coming across. I think that about wraps it up. I'm going to, in between these like recordings, do some more exploring, material gathering and such, continue building the base and collecting materials and such until we get to our next thing. And when I find an appropriate challenge, like, oh, I found a scary guy, I'm gonna beat that scary guy, or I'm gonna go explore whatever this freaking place is, we can do that for an episode. But I want to basically cut down time so it isn't just like an hour of me wandering around. I want to make sure every episode kind of has like a clear goal. And because there's plenty of times where I want to play this game where I'm not really talking or doing anything, I'm just kind of silently playing the game and terraforming and farming and stuff, and you know, I think that wouldn't be as interesting to be on camera. So I'm gonna finish up this episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.